The rumors of a GR Prius are getting pretty hot and heavy right now, with Toyota dropping some pretty interesting spicy hints. Let's dive into this. Now, this rumor all got started, of course, by Toyota, who is competing in Le Mans. They started a special website for their competition. It's going to be on June the 10th. So this is coming up pretty soon. And so if we scroll down, we can obviously see here they've got this GR Corolla hydrogen concept. That is something. But what really got everybody's attention is two things. First, it's this photograph right over here. So we've got this Gazoo Racing garage and we have a car underneath it. And this looks, the nose of it looks very, very much like a brand new Prius, and we've got some fog lights here. But what people are looking at is this sort of nose design. I've tried to brighten it up. Really, you can't really tell what it is, but here is the thing that got everybody talking. They are doing a pavilion, like an exhibition, and they're going to have something there. It is a concept car equipped with vehicle technologies that have been developed through numerous challenges, and motorsports participation will be exhibited. So that means they're going to do a concept car. And when people think concept car, they think, oh, a manufacturer is testing out a concept to see if there's enough interest with the public to actually develop and bring this forward to a production vehicle. And so the big question is, well, is this going to happen? But first, is there enough interest? And so today over at Motor One, we've got an article and a very nice rendering of what this thing could potentially look like. And actually, there's been a few other renderings on the web. We'll take a look at those in a second. But Motor One, their position is, it's a cool rendering and they think it's not going to happen. And they've got some reasons. And so we're going to sort of dig into the pros and cons of what are the positive things, why this might happen, and what are the things that say that this might not happen. So they got a very cool rendering here too. Of course, we know that the GR Prius, or rather the Prius, is now a plug-in hybrid and a regular hybrid. We got the Prime and the non-Prime version. I've done a couple tests of those. If you want to see my MPG road tests, I'll link them down below and at the end of the video. And I got to admit, this is a pretty damn cool rendering they have going on here. Let me just move this over a little bit. So we have this over fender on the rear. I think that looks pretty good, actually. We got a little air dam, or rather a little spoiler in the back. And the nose, we have, you know, pretty typical, but what we've done here is we've sort of, they've given it this GR style front lower grille with this air dam and these little strakes over here. I think it looks pretty good, actually. And there's been some other stuff over on Instagram here too. We've got Tomy Design has a version of it. Throttle has a pretty cool version of their idea of what a GR Prius could look like. And of course, we have our buddies over at Best Car Web who have a version of it too. Let me know what your favorite is. I kind of like these wheels. This is the most conservative version, perhaps the most realistic looking one. But here's another place where this is kind of started. If we go over to the Japanese, the GR website here for, this is sort of TRD stuff, this is aftermarket stuff you can get in Japan, they in fact have a bunch of things for the Prius, sort of their version of a GR Prius that you can do it all aftermarket style, but of course this is a TRD part. So what we have here is a spoiler, a GR front spoiler. We got a rear spoiler too. Let's see if there's any clues on their official Le Mans website. So here's the team. We know that we're going to have a couple of hybrid vehicles here. Does that say Prius? Well, sort of. So we have a GR 010 hybrid. We got the car 7 and a car 8. These are going to actually be cars where we're going to have an onboard camera, and these are in fact hybrids. So this is what it looks like. Of course, this is a Le Mans car. This is not going to have anything to do with what would be available for sale, at least not right now, probably never. So this, of course, is a hybrid. And if you just want to check out some quick specs on this thing, we got about 700 horsepower from the gas engine, around 270-ish horsepower from the electric motor. So this is clearly not it, but what else could it be? We know, of course, that Toyota competes actively in rally championships, and we have the WRC car. This is their WRC GR Yaris Rally 1 Hybrid. And so in fact, this is a Yaris hybrid vehicle. So this is where the GR Corolla, what the GR Corolla is based on, of course, is the Yaris. It has essentially the same powertrain, but here we've got a hybrid version of it. And what they're doing here is they've got a 3.9 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is integrated with the motor generator unit, the MGU, and this delivers an extra 134 horsepower and a lot more torque. Now this does have a all-wheel drive system, and this does have a traditional drive shaft between the front and the rear. So all of the electric power is sort of being supplied on the up front on the motor side, and this makes about 500 horsepower from the gas motor, and then we have the extra motor, the extra torque coming from the electric motor as well. How realistic is a GR Prius? Well, when you think about the GR lineup right now, of course, at the top we have the GR Supra, which they have with a manual. We have the GR86 down at the bottom, and sort of in the middle, we have the GR Corolla. And I think that's the problem right now, because we already have a hot hatch in the lineup, and it is all-wheel drive. It's not electrified, but we just saw with the Yaris that could bring electrification to that. But in terms of a GR Prius, and the Prius is obviously the other hot hatch competitor, and right now the ultimate version of it, the Prius Prime, is front wheel drive only. They say that the reason is they don't have rear wheel drive, and that is because the motor and the battery pack just are not going to fit with the current structure of the vehicle. And so if they're going to add a rear-wheel drive version, they would have to make the battery bigger, and they'd probably have to use a bigger e-axle, perhaps the 150 kilowatt e-axle that they're using in other vehicles. I'm not sure that that's going to fit, number one, and they would have to shrink the battery pack too and really compromise the rear usability of the car. Here's the sort of the ultimate issue is when you have a drive shaft that is this, or you have a vehicle that has a disconnected front and rear powertrain, you tend to have some weird handling dynamics because it just doesn't, the front doesn't talk to the rear, and you get some strange dynamics that make a car feel kind of odd, and I don't think that's really what you want from a GR product by any means. And so it would have to be really, I think, a front-wheel drive variant to make sense. So could there be a front-wheel drive hot hatch GR Prius? MPG is not really the focus of the GR products. So let me know your thoughts down below, and let me know your favorite render from this whole batch too. My name is Eric. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.